Another wild day in Canadian mortgages. We had another doozy today. I'm laughing because some of the stuff is coming so fast, so far, so wild that I'm starting to get a little shell shocked about it. I'm getting like mortgage PTSD. Like, it's so wild and some of the stuff is so crazy that I'm starting just to think it's just funny. But here we go. CMHC, the CMHC will now do a refinance to 90% of $2 million. $2 million if you want to put in a basement suite, a garden suite, a Laneway Home. If you want to do something individually with your own home to add another unit, $2 million, 90%, $1.8 million. You got to make like $346,000 to be able to do that. But anyway, like $2 million for a $2 million to get a basement suite. Like the government's anyway. Finance Minister Krista Freeland. I'm just laughing because the more I talk about it, the crazier it seems. Like, we now have a $1.5 million starter home for people who want to buy homes. And if you want to add a basement suite, we think you need to go to $2 million. Like, that's what the government thinks. Krista Freeland, the finance minister, announced today that there would be in the specifics of her program, which she indicated would be coming out months ago. And now this is to further enhance CMHC. So this is a government-backed program. It's not giving money. It's allowing people to borrow more money. Backed up by the government. Ultimately, the government guarantees this. So, what's it all about? Okay, if you want to add a basement suite to your home, or you want to build a laneway home, or a backyard home, or something home that does fall within the framework of the municipality's rules, and you got to get a building permit for a laneway suite. It's fairly complicated. You got to do all the right stuff. But if you want to do this, the government will refinance your home, including the cost of construction, all the way up to a maximum of $2 million. Now, we don't have all the details, but I listened to the press conference, and of course, the minister's saying, this is all about family. It's about family, folks. We're going to bring in your grandparents can have their grandkids live in the laneway suite, or they'll live in the laneway suite and the parents will move into the house, or, your kids can live in the basement, or I don't know. She had 100 permutations of what families could do with this, except I never heard we're going to force people to guarantee it's their family at all from her. Therefore, I think this will just be rentals. This is government-backed individual conversions of houses to add renters. Now, I'm okay with renters. Of course, we all have to be. But the government already has a perfect mechanism to do this, where they're building purpose-built rentals by professionals, professional developers, professional construction companies, professional property managers who will run it when it's finished. They have this, even though they fucked it up and made it much less available in Vancouver and Toronto and possibly even Calgary. So, yeah, that program was the right program, and that would work out perfectly, and now we've got this. So the idea is that Canadians could add units to their homes individually, and the government would get involved in the financing of these renovations or new construction of a laneway home. So I just want to say that we don't have all the details. We don't. But you can only hope and pray this is not the government helping individual families to go into the contracting business and renovate their basement. Like, I say, well, wait a minute, Ron, I renovated my basement. Everything worked out fine. And maybe that's true. But you renovated it on your own dime, on your own time, and you weren't working with government-backed money. You were working with you-backed money. It was you behind it. So I'm going to just stop and really question whether the government wants to get directly involved in backstopping individuals building units in their basement. Now, sure, in theory, I'm positive that they'll all have to be legal. You have to have permits, engineers, plans, architects, you name it. municipal approval, everything's going to have to be inspected, occupancy permits. I'll bet the government does require that, but I really got a question encouraging average people to start becoming contractors of their own house and handling all the financing and hitting the dates. And I know, I get this all the time. Ron, you're just, you're trying to enforce a nanny state. You shouldn't do that. You should let people do what they want. And I do. You can do whatever the hell you want with your own money. But I sure as shit got a question why the government is going to back this up. Yeah. There's going to be rules, Ron. Don't worry. Hey, it's $2 million maximum. I get it that not many people qualify, but it's obviously going to be very available in some form or another. It's for individual homes. It's going to become sort of incentivized. It's going to become financialized. It's going to become, banks and other lenders are going to find ways to offer it in a very productive way. Not everybody will be able to do it because not everybody will be able to afford it. But really, like if you really, really wanted to do it yourself already, finish your basement and add a renter, I think you probably could have done it already without a 90% government backing to $2 million max. So anyway, why is this all happening? Why are these endless announcements coming out of the government? Why are there constantly new things that seems to be of great benefit to Canadians, but we don't know all the details yet? I have an answer for you. It's called an election is coming, and that is why.